Okay, good morning everyone. For the continuation of our um, lecture, we are already on slide 6, 16. So we are going to talk about the major elements of an organization. So what are the major elements kaya sa isa ka organization nga present that we need to consider? So the common elements of organizations, it has at least four nga gi-propose ni Mr. Edgar Sheen. So he is an organizational psychologist and proposed these four common elements daw in an organization. So he conducted studies in which na balaan niya or na-identify niya kaya yung pinaka-common nga elements na in all organizations are present. So the first one, common purpose. Second, coordinated effort. Third, division of labor. And fourth would be hierarchy of authority. So let's discuss each in the next slide. So the first one, common purpose, the means for unifying members. So what is the common purpose kaya sa atuang organization? So an organization without purpose soon begins to drift and become disorganized. The common purpose unifies employees or members and gives everyone an understanding of the organization's reason for being. So most of the time, the common purpose is our mission, our vision itself. It unifies our members. So when you are part of an organization, that means na you have the same goal as the organization itself. Let's say, for example, nag-appeal ka og pulot kalat because you think nga ganahan ka silang advocacy to help clean the environment itself. So that is the common purpose. Or let's say, for example, mga charity events, nag-appeal ka ato because you want to give and help the people who are in need. So that is the unifying na purpose for all of you to work together to reach that common goal. Next would be coordinated effort. So effort is working together for the common purpose. So given nga na natay purpose ato ang vision atong goals atong organization, we need to coordinate our effort. We need to work together. So it is a coordination often it is a coordination where it is often an individual effort into a group or organization's wide effort. So again, pasensya sa typo. So again, coordination is where individual efforts are um, grouped into a group organization or an individual effort kay gi-combine siya into a whole group or organization-wide nga effort. Instead of mga inusara lang ka mag-effort, matagak nga kamutanan, magkahiusa og tinabanga to reach that common goal. So you need to coordinate that effort to reach the goal itself. Although it's true that individuals can make a difference, they cannot do everything by themselves because no one is an island. So if possible, you need to work together with our people. Kay dili man nimo mahimo ang tanan, okay? Dili man ta perfect. Probably ang uban maayo sa art. Ikaw kay maayo ka sa singing, o di ba? At least kanang mag-combine mo inyong talent so you can create a good nga performance. So coordinated effort. Next would be division of labor. So work specialization for greater efficiency. So you need to have a division of labor in order for you to have greater efficiency. Dapat kabalo ka mag-designate. Kabalo ka nga, um, all of you are put in the right places at the right time with the right skill sets, with the right resources that you have. So division of labor is also known as work specialization. So the more you are um, kana bitang maayo sa isa ka butang, probably diha kay butang nga area sa work or task given nga mas maayo man kana you specialize in that in such. Let's say for example sa hospital daghan-daghan man tag klase-klase man ang doctor. We have doctor for surgery, doctor for pedia sa mga kids, OB-GYN and so on and so forth. So they have different specialization, different um areas to look into, okay, especially like kanang pedia. So sa mga bata yun na iyahang specialized. So diha yun diretso ang mga people or mga parents nga nagbitbit og kids, mga sakit-sakit. So something like that. You need to do division of labor for you to have greater efficiency para dili masayang ang imong resources, ma-utilize pud ang imong time. So it is the arrangement of having discrete parts of a task done by different people, especially katong mga people nga um ga-specialize sila nga area or they really know how to do their task given nga kuan pud nga task specialized for them. So you put them at the right places at the right time with the right resources. Division of labor. Lastly would be hierarchy of authority, so the chain of command. So hierarchy of authority or the chain of command is a control mechanism for making sure the right people do the right things at the right time. So it is where you'll know nga kinsa gyud imong i-follow from pinakababaw, which is our president, our CEO, down to the mga lower level na managers, down to the employees themselves. You should know kinsa gyud ang imong i-follow based on their authority in the organization itself. And also, para um, kana bitong the communication process or communication flow is smooth. Given nga, ang imo yung follow kay ang hierarchy from the top to the bottom nga mga people with power. So that's it. The four common elements. Again, the common purpose, coordinated effort, the division of labor, and the hierarchy of authority. So we also have span of control. So span of control or span of management refers to the number of people reporting directly to a given manager. So based daw ni siya sa number of people nga nag-report sa imo directly. Mabalaan nimo kung pila ang under sa imo ha. You'll know kung sa kadako or kagamay imong span of control. So there are two kinds of spans of control. We have narrow or tall and wide or flat. Kay narrow, mura siya og ingani og pataas. Narrow or tall and wide and flat. Mura siya vertical or horizontal. This is wide and flat. So painga na siya. So mura siya vertical or horizontal, okay, kaganina na organization. So narrow span of control, this means a manager has limited number of people reporting, such as three vice presidents reporting to a president. So gamay ra ang imuhang people under you. Narrow, gamay ra ang under sa imo. Let's say for example, ikaw ang leader, then tulo ra ka buok ang under sa imuhang people. So gamay ra imong span of control. Compared to wide span of control, this means our manager has several people reporting at our first line supervisor. It may have 40 or more subordinates. If little hands-on supervision is required as it is the case in some assembly line replacement. Okay, most of the time, again, wide span of control is where 40 or more ang subordinates nga under you. So it is very daghan. Daghan kay kagina atiman nga employee. So your span of control is wide because dako pud ang imong gihandulan nga people under you, reporting directly under you. So we have tall organizational structure. As you can see, gamay ra kay siya, mubo lang. So you as the president, then duha lang dayon ka manager. Then duha lang po dayon sa ilahan, so on and so forth. Compared to flat organization, so as you can see here, pawide ang iyang structure. So mura siya galapad nga galapad given nga daghan pud kaayo og people under you. So let's say for example, for tall organization, ako yung example ha, the president, then imuha din duha ka general manager in each branch and so on and so forth. Compared to flat, like Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, di ay ni siya nga director. So after ni Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, napod tay mga lain nga mga cities under you. So next would authority, responsibility, and delegation. So another common element of organization. Authority, responsibility, and delegation. The first one is we have accountability. So what is accountability kaya? So managers must report and justify work results to the managers, both above them. Okay. So if possible, you need to report and justify imong trabaho. You need to be accountable sa imong result. Say for example, ang result sa imong karon nga sales is very gamay, then you need to report. You need to make a report regarding the result like ni gamay ang atong sales due to certain nga mga factors. Wala siguro na ako napabayaan siguro na ako akong team or probably nakulangan na siguro mi og budget or push or something like that. You need to justify ang imong mga output. You need to be accountable on all your actions too. Next would be authority. Next, next would be authority. Okay, next one would be authority. So authority refers to the rights inherent in a manager's in a managerial position to make decisions, give orders, and utilize resources. So you have the authority if you are part of the hierarchy. So your authority is based on the power or the responsibility that you have. So it is your inherent right based on your position to make decisions, to give orders, its scope and limitations too. So authority is based on your position in the hierarchy of the organization. Lastly, we have responsibility. So it is the obligation. Oh no, in a minute. It is the obligation you have to perform that it is the obligation you have to perform the task assigned to you. So your responsibility is also your part of your etiquette in which you need to be responsible of the task that is given to you, the um the people under you and so on and so forth. So you need to perform. Given you are part of the organization, you need to play your part. So part of your responsibility as it is. Accountability, authority, and responsibility. Well, lastly, we have delegation. So it is the process of assigning managerial authority and responsibility to managers and employees lower in the hierarchy. So you as a manager, you need to delegate the task again, do division of work or labor in which you assign them to their respective responsibilities or tasks. So we have these types of position. We have line position and staff position. So line position is where what we call line managers. They have the authority to make decisions and usually have people reporting to them. So line positions, they have authority to make decisions. Mas bigger, mas higher ilang authority, ang ilang pong responsibility. So na sila mostly located at the sa babaw nga part hierarchy. Compared to staff position, mo nitong mga employees na under you, mga subordinates mostly, to staff personnel, they have authority functions that they where they can provide advice, recommendation, and research to line managers. So staff personnel, ang imo pong contribution regarding sa organization is hatag og recommendation, advice, feedback regarding the organization or the management. So that is delegation. So your delegation or division of work is based on the position. Okay, the position of your subordinates, whether it is a line position or a staff position itself. So this is an example again of an organizational chart. As you can as you can see here, kani ang line position medyo solid line. So these are part managers, mga kuan, the co-position nga managers compared to this broken line. So these are tough positions. Igo lang mo kuan mo follow sa unsang i-delegate ni line position mga managers. So next we have centralization versus decentralization of authority. We need to realize, okay, um as to how far that authority goes in the organization. So we have what we call centralized authority and decentralized. Alaon sa kay difference aning duha aside sa spelling. So when we say centralized authority, important decisions are made by higher level managers. So ang important ra daw nga decision kay nara daw sa kay managers. Mong centralized sila dapat ang masunod ang magbuot. So tanan kimuto sa ila at the center man sila. So advantage is that there is less duplication of work, dili daw magdoble-doble ang work given nga sila na mismo nag-ingon unsa imong trabaho unsa himuon because fewer employees perform the same task. Rather, the task is often performed by a department specialist. So kung na daw centralized authority, kamo daw tanan mostly kay pareha ra og trabaho compared atong lahi-lahi og trabaho. So kamo tanan mo follow or mo report ani nga manager just with the same result siguro probably. Kay same ra og trabaho so dali ra kay ang iyang pag-monitor. So again, siya ra magbuot sa inyong delegation, sa inyong trabaho, and uniform mo tanan. Dili, walay specialized na department. Let's say for example, maghimo tag mushroom chicharon. Kamo tanan maghimo og mushroom chicharon diretso. Centralized man ang authority. So moingon ra si manager nga, okay, natay quota for today. Each one of you will produce 800 ka bags of mushroom chicharon. So kamo tanan, kamo magluto, iya magluto, iya mag-packaging and so on and so forth. Kaya centralized man compared to decentralized authority. So important decisions are made by middle level and supervisory managers. So advantage is that managers are encouraged to solve their own problems rather than to back the decision to higher level. So the difference between decentralized kay from the word itself, wala nag-center sa isa ang authority or ang decision making. Dili lang sa top management but also middle o supervisory kay appeal sa decision making. Na daw sila say sa pag-decide. So ang naka-nice kay gina-encourage daw to solve gina-encourage ang mga let's say middle managers or supervisory managers to make their own decision. Let's say for example, kato instead nga magkuan ta instead nga mag-iiyat og himo gyud og mushroom chicharon ato siyang gi-assign by department. So each department na daw tay mga middle manager. So department sa tigluto, department sa tiglimpyo sa mushroom, department sa tig-package sa mushroom, department sa tig-deliver sa mushroom itself. So each department na sila'y manager. So si manager, pwede ra siya mag-solve dito sa problema. Given nga decentralized man ang authority, naman siya right na mo solve sa problema itself. Di na siya need mag-agad kay Mr. President nga busy. So that is decentralized authority. So mas ma-encourage ang mga people to solve their own problems. Compared to centralized, magdepende sila sa isa. Decentralized, pwede na sila right to make the decision themselves. Di na nila ipataas ang problema. So that's it for the common elements of organization. So I will be ending my session here for part 2. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to message me anytime. So just a brief sentences, okay? So some elements of organization, we have 4. The first one, common purpose. It could be the mission, vision, goal. Next would be coordinated effort. So you need to work together, camaraderie with one another. Third would be division of labor. So all of you should be assigned, okay, in tasks um that is suitable for your skill set or for your knowledge. Fourth would be hierarchy of authority. Hierarchy of authority, the chain of command. So whether it is a narrow, okay, it is kana bitong narrow nga hierarchy or wide na hierarchy. So we have span of control. So under you as a manager, unsa kadako ang imong control. So whether it is narrow or wide based on the number of people that it's reporting to you as a manager. Next would be okay, this one, authority, accountability and responsibility. As a manager, you should have these elements. Third, delegation. So you delegate your task based on the position they are in, whether line position, mostly managers, and staff position. So mabalaan na nimo kay ang line managers kaning solid line here and kaning break na line is staff position. That's organizational chart. And lastly, we have centralized and decentralized authority. Again, centralized isa ra ang um mag-make og decision while decentralized na ay every manager has the right to make their own. I guess that's it. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to message me anytime. Thank you and goodbye, everyone.